When we hear monarchy, we often think of the United Kingdom, and then maybe about some other European countries. But monarchies outside of Europe, this seems quite exotic. Today I'm taking you on a trip around the world, in search of kings and queens. Enjoy! Hi, my name is Anna and welcome to On Royals, where I talk everything royal related. Subscribe to support my channel. In 2024, there are overall 44 monarchies around the world. We have 16 in Commonwealth of Nations, which I'm not gonna touch upon today. On top of this, we have a few monarchies in Europe, as mentioned before, and all of the monarchies in Europe I described in my video about succession to European thrones. So if you in doubt what monarchies in Europe, go there and check it out. Today I'm gonna talk about monarchies that are not in Europe and are not in the Commonwealth. There are many types of monarchies around the world. Even though the monarchs, they are heads of state of their countries, they have different titles. They can be a pope, an emperor, we have one of each. They can be kings, sultans, emirs, dukes, princes. They're all different titles all around the world. So this is one thing to keep in mind. There are also different types of monarchies. There are absolute monarchies, but also constitutional monarchies. And majority of monarchies around the world, they're constitutional monarchies. But today I'm gonna mention if some of the monarchies are absolute, because I think that's very interesting to know. Monarchies also vary when it comes to the succession, and it varies how the next monarch is chosen. The oldest monarchies in the world are Japan, Cambodia, Denmark, followed by Oman and Morocco. And as I'm taking the trip around the world, stops in each state are very short, just to describe in short what kind of monarchy is this and maybe say a fun fact or an interesting thing about it. So if you think that I should make a video about one or some of the families and monarchies mentioned, let me know in the comments. Let's start next to Europe in Jordan. Jordan, alongside European monarchies, is one of the most interesting monarchies around the world. Jordan has been a monarchy since 1921, and the current king is Abdullah II. His beautiful wife, Queen Rania, is often regarded as one of the most beautiful queens. In Jordan, a royal wedding took place in 2023 with a great pomp, and the wedding was of the crown prince, Prince Hussein. The current king is the 5th monarch of Jordan. Let's move to Arabian Peninsula. Monarchs on the Arabian Peninsula often have much broader powers than European monarchs, for example, and sometimes monarchies in this peninsula have absolute powers. Bahrain, a monarchy since late 18th century, with King Hamad ibn Isa al-Khalifa. Interestingly, the current king bestowed upon himself a title of sultan, as previously, before 2002, Bahraini monarchs were known as emirs. Kuwait, also a monarchy since late 18th century. Kuwait is an emirate with Misl al-Ahmad al-Jaber al-Sabah as the emir. And he became an emir of Kuwait December 16th, 2023. So he's quite a fresh monarch. The successor to the throne is designated by the current monarch from within the family during their first year on the throne. Oman. Oman is one of the oldest monarchies in the world. It's also an absolute monarchy, a sultanate. The last change on that throne happened in January 2020, and the current sultan is Haytham bin Tariq. He introduced reforms to the succession system and established the role of Crown Prince of Oman that was not known before. He appointed his son to be the Crown Prince of Oman and the next sultan. The current sultan also established a law of succession to the throne, it's mainly male primogeniture. The previous procedure was more complicated and sometimes less reliable, as it involved the sultan appointing a successor, and in the absence of such nomination, the family would choose the next sultan. Qatar, also an absolute monarchy, with Emir Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani since 2013. The throne is inherited by one of the sons of the previous emir, though it's not necessarily the first son, but the son that is chosen by the family. Saudi Arabia, one of the most well-known absolute monarchies around the world. Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud. Although it's been said that the de facto ruler of Saudi Arabia is the crown prince, the successor to the throne, Mohammed bin Salman, the seventh son of the current king. United Arab Emirates. This is a very interesting case. It is a federal monarchy and an elective monarchy. United Arab Emirates. This is an interesting case because United Arab Emirates are not only a federal monarchy but also an elective one. United Arab Emirates consists of 7 emirates or principalities, and the role of the president of United Arab Emirates is called Sheikh, and the Sheikh is chosen by the Council of the 7 Emirs, and there is a vice president, which is a prime minister of United Arab Emirates, which is also chosen by this council. And traditionally, Emir of Abu Dhabi is a Sheikh, so the president, and the vice president is Emir of Dubai. Let's go to Asia, into Himalayas, and the country of Bhutan. Bhutan is a monarchy since mid-17th century. Known as the Himalayan Switzerland, it's famous for its isolation, particularly in the 20th century. The current king of Bhutan is Jime Kheser. Now, 3 very well-known touristic destinations. Cambodia first. Cambodia is one of the oldest monarchies in the world. It is a monarchy since 68 AD. However, in the 20th century, there was a little turbulent history, as it was abolished in 1970 and restored in 1993. And since 1993, it's one of the few elective monarchies in the world. The monarch is elected by a council of high-ranked politicians and religious figures. Candidates must be at least 30 years old and descendants of King Ang Duong, who ruled Cambodia in the mid-19th century. The current king is Norodom Sihamoni. Malaysia. Malaysia is a federal and elective monarchy. The monarch is elected for a 5-year term from among 9 sultans, and they held the position of the head of state, a monarch, in rotation. The monarch is chosen by representative of 13 regions of Malaysia. Thailand. The current monarch in Thailand is Rama X, and a fun fact about him is that he has been married 5 times and has 7 children. Before we go to the north, and the only empire in the world right now, let's talk about Brunei. Brunei is a sultanate and is often appearing in the list of the richest monarchs and the richest countries in the world, and its roots date back to the 14th century. Brunei is an absolute monarchy, and the current sultan is Hassan al-Bolkiah. A little detour to Oceania, Tonga. Tonga is an island nation in the Pacific in Oceania, and it was established as a monarchy in the mid-19th century. The current king is Tupou VI, and interestingly, each of the previous kings and a queen of Tonga before bore the name of Tupou as at least part of their name. So it is coherent. They're all to pose the first, the second, and so on until the sixth right now. And the queen, that was the queen regnant. She was the queen of Tonga, mid 20th century. And now let's visit the only empire in the world, Japan. Japan, as I said, is the only empire. It's a Japanese empire, and there is a lot to be said about this, but not today. So this is the oldest monarchy in the world, and it dates back to 660 BC. It is one of the monarchies with the shortest line of succession to the throne. Of course, whenever the line of succession is in charge of choosing the next monarch. The current emperor is Naruhito, and he became the emperor following his father's abdication. The crown prince, so probably the next emperor of Japan, is his brother Fumihito. It seems like the next part of the world I should talk about is North and South America, but all the monarchies in North America, for example, they are part of Commonwealth. So the monarch of the United Kingdom is the monarch in those states. And as I said, I'm not talking about Commonwealth today. So let's go to Africa. In Africa, we have 3 monarchies, 1 in the north and 2 in the south. Morocco. Morocco is one of the oldest monarchies in the world. The history of the Kingdom of Morocco dates back to 800 AD, and the current monarch is Mohammed VI. Going south, Eswatini, an African absolute monarchy. King Mustafa III has ruled since 1986. He is considered as a secular leader, and his mother, the Queen Mother, plays a significant role in the spiritual leadership. The king has 15 wives and 45 children. The new king is chosen among the sons of the former king based on the virtues of their mother. And the mother, of course, also plays an important role in the country. So as we can see, the role of Queen Mother plays an absolutely significant role in this country, and this is a very unique thing as for monarchy. And the last one on our list, Lesotho. A small country, an enclave within South Africa, a monarchy since 1922. The current king is Letsie II, who has been on the throne since 2016. There is also abnormal for us a European succession because the king is chosen from among eligible members of the royal family. As you can see, there is not one type of monarchy around the world, and this is very surprising how different they are from each other, not only when it comes to the power of the monarch, the title, but also the succession. I think this is something that amuses me the most, in how many ways you can choose a successor to the head of the state. If you would like to know something more about one of those monarchies, let me know down in the comments, and I'll prepare a video about one of the monarchies. Personally, I'm thinking about Jordan and Japan, as there seems very, very interesting ones with rich history. But let me know, what do you think? See you next time. Bye bye.